Well, hello guys, my friends on YouTube. Welcome to Karin's Orchids channel. Well, I just wanted to introduce you to my dog, my golden retriever, Linus. Who always starts to drink from his water bowl each time I'm filming. He always does it. I'm not sure why. Oh, Mom is busy with that boring project again. I don't know what's going on in the mind of the dog, but yeah, I know what's going on in that dog's mind. I think after 13 and a half years. Anyways, I've been to the Gardencenter again, as you saw. I always film when I stroll about there. So I got myself a little bag, good bark this time. Sorry for the lightning. Light's coming in from there. And I really need to grab the opportunity now when the disco fever is over at the porch. Next door neighbors. So yeah, before they start playing music, loud music again. So I need to film now. Not in 2 hours, now. So, this bark, not so much peat, but look how flat the pieces of bark are. Really flat. Which means that they will degrade a lot quicker. That's what I'm thinking, at least. But, yeah, it could be useful for at least something. I'm not sure yet what, but yeah. But today I got myself a new orchid genus. One of the few terrestrial orchids out there. And I did get this orchid for the foliage, not for the flowers. Even though I think the flowers look great as well. It's always nice with a little white splash amongst all the colors. All the vibrant colors which goes for many of my orchids. Look at this one. Isn't she adorable? As you saw, I had a real hard time to pick which one I should bring back home with me today. I know far too little about these guys. Always thought they were quite boring. Until I saw this one with this foliage. It's adorable. Yeah. Can you see? And in spike. That's not the most important part. You should go for the best plant. The most dense plant. As a direction. Yes. Well, the other one with the larger spike, which was about to open for us, had a quite wobbly new growth. But this one hasn't. This growth is firm. Not broken down there. I think the other one was, but well, I didn't grab that one, and it had a broken leaf, as you saw. So I choose between this one, which is growing out of the pot, yeah, which means there's going to be some a bit more workload, yes, for us, but it's got a well-developed spike, good progress one, and a better foliage. This is the only thing I can complain about. It's a little orange patch here. But other than that, this was the best one. You saw the little one with a couple of new growth. It was too tiny. Yes. And I want to see some flowers. And I want to show you guys some flowers as well. So I wouldn't want to wait 1 year for that little thingy to finally start to create buds and spikes. So yeah, this was a natural pick. The best pick, I hope. Let me tell you what you think about my choice. Yes. Anyways, since I do not know much about it, let's admire her little foliage when I'm about to tell you guys a little bit of background info on this orchid. Macodes Petola. I'm not sure. Petola, perhaps. Also referred to as the lightning orchid. The The strikes here looks like lightnings. Yeah. This one likes a good deal of humidity, I've heard, and should be kept moist at all times. Shouldn't be watered until you feel 1/3 of the top layer, or shall I say 1/3 of the layer inside this pot should dry out. That's when it's about time to give her a little bit more water. Should be kept evenly moist at all times. But it depends on what kind of medium you choose to keep it in. As you can see, it's sitting in a very, very water-retentive medium here. Lots of peat and lots of moss. A lot of stuff, perhaps regular house plant soil, I'm not sure. It really likes it in a terrarium, I've heard, with a humidity level between 60 to 90%. Well, I can provide that. I got a terrarium, so why not? And should feed this orchid with regular houseplant feed, fertilizer. So not your orchid fertilizer. And you rather just spray it from above here to the top surface layer, rather than dip watering it or flush through it thoroughly with your watering can. It will stay wet for far too long, and it may cause root rot easily. So I guess that's the biggest problem and issue with this orchid. Root rot. Yes. And keep it warm, keep it humid, keep it evenly moist, keep it in a good water retentive medium, which will allow some airiness to roots as well. So, yes. It's a quite small sized orchid and grows in the tropical rainforest of Asia and grows in the soil. So it's not by any means an epiphyte. It's a terrestrial orchid, not semi-terrestrial as the Paphiopedilums. No. A terrestrial orchid, which means that it grows inside the soil. Quite unique little plant. So, let's see now what we can do about it. I do not like the fact that it's growing out of the pot, and I know far too little about this type of orchid to really, really mess about too much with it today. So, I'm going to choose a little medium way, a little way in between. Look, it's got beautiful roots. Really lovely. But I need to get rid of this, and I would like to see the roots, what's going on inside. But at the same time, I do not want to overpot it, so I'm going to choose the very same size pot, almost, for it. Yes. And as I said, I do not want to fuss about with the roots too much. So, down you go, a softie. So we can make space for that one. A better space. And keep it a little bit more to the middle. Will look nicer, more pretty. But I have a little mix, recommended mix, as a matter of fact, with some grow stones, some bark, some coconut husk fiber chips, some perlite, and some spag. Yes? Will be perfect for it. So I'm just going to add on a little bit there. So it will still be a bit airy. Airy enough to keep it in the humid cabinet I've got. But still keeping a bit of its old medium. Due to my lack of knowledge about this plant, It's always been too uninteresting for me to get a Ludecia or Macodes, as they're called. The regular form with a regular, kind of sort of boring, common foliage. That's why they distribute this type of foliaged ones, the Petola, nowadays. Because people like it and fancy it a lot more than your childhood ones. So, this will be great. There's some, bit of space left for the new growth there. And that one is a little bit more to the middle. Yeah, looks prettier, as I said. So, I think we're kind of sort of good to go. Yes? Nah. Shit. No. So, much more to it this time around. Yes. I'm still going to use this old pot, just like a little, to protect it from too much light and the creating and build-up of algae. Yes. So, goodly good. First plants. Yay, ready to rock. I'm going to put it in a little tray here and into the cabinet. Yes. Well, guys, this is 6 weeks later. Just brought it out from the cabinet. So, this is not its regular spot. It's a fantastic, slow-growing orchid. Look, this new growth. In 6 weeks, this is all it did. But it's alive, and the spike, it's not up here anymore. It's all the way up here. But it hasn't even opened yet in 6 weeks. That's a very, very long time for a spike to develop. At least that's my opinion. These, looks like a couple of blooms have opened up, but it's actually not much. Do we see any roots down there? Yeah, you can see them. A little glimpse of the roots. So, yeah, to the other side, you can see roots, live roots. And as I said, as that was, this little orchid's come, getting bad roots. Yeah, I guess we should be happy with the progress. Next one up on the table is Phalaenopsis orchid, obviously. But which one? That one you wouldn't know. Yeah, or perhaps you would. Well, you guys, isn't she just something? An adorable, adorable orchid. Loads of buds yet to open at a later stage. Look. Yeah. I must call it Phalaenopsis fever. Quite good prices for this very, very good-sized and exquisite orchid. Luxury orchid, I would say. It was in a frosted pot as well. That's great. Me like. I'm gonna shower off its foliage a bit. Make sure that there aren't any mealies. As you saw, the plant, I mean, one cannot be sure that the little brown thing we saw at the beginning of this video at the garden center on the yellow flowered Phalaenopsis was a thrip insect or not, or if it was a nematode. Yes, I cannot tell them apart. So my first thought was, oh, they have thrips. Huh? It might have been something else. A thrip eater. Look at this one. Isn't she adorable? Yeah. So, a very, very huge sized Phalaenopsis. I think I picked the best one of them all. Huh? So that one I'm very, very satisfied with, that purchase. So, this orchid has been out for 6 weeks. And it said on the little pot, 6 weeks guarantee. So, this time they kept the word. I think perhaps one bloom has dropped naturally, but yes. But I don't really think that the guarantee, 6 weeks guarantee, will hold its promise if a customer gets thrips on the plant. But this one seems to have, been safe from thrips. Almost. I sprayed the flowers with orange oil solution. It really works. Yes. Normally, I'll see Phalaenopsis blooms and buds for a couple of days only, as the thrips always gets to them, but now I do not want to touch them. So that's great. And you can spray the flowers even without having them drop for you. I'm very, very pleased with this purchase. Yes. The foliage looks great. Still, that's not a mealy. It's just some kind of marking, which has been there ever since I got her. And a lovely set of roots, as expected. I don't know why I've gone so into store-bought flowers, but they're getting more and more expensive, even at the grocery stores. Yes. Poor quality for a very, very high price. I bet they have their own distributors by now. And, distributing, they are really beautifully well-grown plants for a reasonable amount of money. Regarding how expensive everything is nowadays, I think it's quite a good price for orchids looking like this quality ones. So I'm actually very, very impressed. Look at this one. This big lip Phalaenopsis orchid. Yes. With a couple of new buds yet to be opened. Yeah, that's very important, I think. But I think they had this one and another one, a little bit poorer one, left for sale. So you saw the one with the thrip or whatever it was. It was another variety, but a little bit normal lip and a bit more reddish to the center. Those were beautiful as well. Very, very large bloom, but I think these guys are a bit more special. A lot more difficult to get hold of, so I just found this yellow one would be quite nice to have. Kind of huge flowers on this one as well. Let me see. 9 centimeters across, which equals 3.5. It's 3.5 inches. Yeah. It's a beautiful one. Really, really lovely. Never had this variety before. Yeah, the little white one with small, tiny flowers, white flowers, but not a huge one with a big lip, really. I don't think. I may be wrong now, but well, doesn't matter. This is what counts now. I got her. I wonder what she will look like when she reblooms. Yeah, this is the one with a little net. And a good frosted pot for this one as well. Very good foliage, sturdy, lovely leaves. It's got a good potential on reblooming and do well. I don't think they need to be repotted immediately. And I think they need to be flushed. Perhaps be put into a bleach bath in case of something bad lurking down there. Scale and mealies do lurk down amongst the bark sometimes. Not in every case, but sometimes. If you want to make sure you do not get any bugs back home from the garden center, well, it's quite difficult not to. So I think you just need to get used to the bugs and find a way to make it a little bit less pleasant for them to dwell in your house. That's why I bought myself a little humidifier, 4.5 liter one, yeah, to make it a bit less unpleasant for them to dwell. If you see what I mean? I mean, that's all you can do. When the nurseries themselves are struggling with bugs, how on earth are you, as a normal plant keeper, normal collector, going to be able to keep the bugs away? Yeah. You shouldn't be too harsh on yourself. And yeah, 6 weeks later for this gal as well. I keep forget to water her. But other than that, yeah, it seems to have most part of her blooms intact still. It looks a little bit more pale to the center, or it's just the flashlight. Looks like she's a bit more cerulean to the center than she was when I got her, but I might be wrong. Still looks great. Whoops. Still looks great. No, she's not in need of any water yet. I can wait a few more days. So, 6 weeks guarantee goes for this one as well. And the last plant up on the table. I think you guys saw this before. Yes? I think you've seen this before. Some come with a net, some come without a net. I'm not sure why, but slobby co-workers somewhere. No. Lazy ones. Vacation mood people. No. This one I already have. This was the last sample in the store. I had to have her, of course. This time I'm gonna measure the flowers for you guys. Actually, the same width, around 9. Yeah, that's the other one, the yellow one you saw. But this one I think is especially nice. From a distance, she is very, very striking. And she's not as pink as the video wants to make her. Yeah. She's dark purple. And a very, very nice and healthy foliage. Extremely good root system in a frosted pot. What else can you ask for when buying an orchid? This is in case the other one dies, Orchid. Yes. Since I've never seen anything more spectacular, store-bought Phalaenopsis-wise, than this. I'm not kidding you guys. I'm speaking the truth. Yay! Let's look at my other one. And this is what she looks like today. A couple of weeks later, she's still in full bloom. She hasn't dropped any of her blooms. Still got a spectacular, well-growing foliage. Yes. No drop, no thrips to the flowers. Yeah, needless to say, but since I sprayed it, sprayed the flowers, the thrips do not attract to them anymore. So now we get to see some good flowering for an abundance of weeks, a good 6 weeks. And even this guy is still out, the bleach bath one, not affected at all. And this beautiful orchid, of course, still out. It wouldn't have been out, it would have dropped all of the flowers prematurely if I didn't spray it with my orange oil solution. So I'm so happy for the good splashes of color they are providing. This time of the year when, we see less and less flowers on our other orchids. At least a Phalaenopsis can provide us with a good splash of colors. This one is also quite a new acquisition with sprayed flowers. I'm not sure that I even showed you this Phalaenopsis, but it's got quite, not so wide flowers, but nonetheless she's a very, very beautiful one and came at a good price. Yeah? So, with of course good roots and all. Time to order. As a matter of fact. And just the other day, when I was passing through this orchid in order to open the balcony door, to let my dog out so we can get a chance to lie down there on the cool floor, a beautiful, beautiful fragrance hit my nose. I didn't know that this orchid was fragrant. But in many cases, the smaller ones are. The smaller sized Phalaenopsis store-bought ones are. So I was not surprised, but still pleasantly surprised. Ooh. Very nice. And I have this beautiful little one. Still out. After 2 months. They've been out for ages. This pastel colored one. Yes. From the German store called Lidl, yeah, and this beautiful one as well. Been out for quite some time, really. Starting to fade a little bit, but they are also very, very smashing. And the plant itself looks decent enough. So, I think that was it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to join this channel for a little bit more, some other day. So, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Yeah, would be really, really appreciated. For a channel as small as mine, everything counts. Indeed it does. So, take care, and we shall talk soon. Bye-bye, guys.